I'm Clint Peck with Beef and Feedstuffs. With New World screwworm detected in Texas, all eyes, of course, are on the southern border of the United States. Livestock producers are actively preparing and looking for prevention and treatment options. Joining us today to talk about New World screwworm and current treatment options is Dr. Mitch Blanding. Mitch is the Director of Beef Technical Services for Zoetis. Mitch, thanks for joining us, and we'll like to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's great to visit with you.
So, Dr. Blanding, let's just jump right into it. What can producers be doing now that have in those areas that have a confirmed case of New World screwworm? What can they do in the United States today?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, New World screwworm poses serious welfare and economic risk for U.S. livestock producers. I think that goes without saying, but continued preparation is critical, and we're encouraging livestock producers to be vigilant in the observation of their livestock, wildlife, and even their pets. Any cattle producer in close geographical location to a screwworm incident should work closely with their herd veterinarian or trusted advisor to determine risk level and potential adjustments that may need to be made to management practices. If you don't have a written plan in place, now's the time to do one. And it should be aligned with the USDA playbook. Do it now and make sure everyone on the operation understands it.
So, Mitch, let's talk about wound management, because that's obviously the route of transmission. That's where the female screwworm fly lays her eggs. What are some of the things that producers can do now to slow the spread of New World screwworm, especially when it comes to that business of wound management?
Yeah, well, I think first thing that I want to reinforce that any sort of an unusual looking wound, reporting of this disease quickly is essential to helping stop the spread. But if we're talking specifically about the USDA playbook and the recommendations to isolate these impacted animals or affected animals, and certainly document the affected area. But we want to be able to clean and debride these wounds, remove any larvae that may be present, and appropriately dispose of them. Apply approved topicals to help promote wound healing and manage. And this is where, again, it's very critical that we work closely with their herd veterinarians is to manage any secondary infection and any pain if necessary. Also should be prepared for any potential containment zone rules on movement and inspection of animals once there's a confirmed case.
All right. So let's talk about treatment options. What are currently out there available? What would you like to talk about for treatment options for New World screwworm?
Yeah, so fortunately there are some. And while there are no drugs with a full FDA approval for New World screwworm or New World screwworm myiasis, however, Dectomax CA1 is conditionally approved for the prevention and treatment of infestations caused by New World screwworm larvae in beef cattle, female dairy cattle less than 20 months of age, pregnant beef cows, newborn calves, and bulls. Dectomax CA1 is not approved, however, for the use in calves that will be processed for veal. Dectomax CA1 is the same great dormectin that many of your listeners and producers have relied on for years, and it's the only non-prescription FDA conditionally approved product labeled to prevent and treat infestations caused by New World screwworm larvae in beef cattle. Dectomax and Dectomax CA1 also has been granted an emergency use authorization. EUA is the acronym for dairy cattle, horses, swine, sheep, and deer. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued an EUA for the detection, for Dectomax and Dectomax CA1 for the following indications: for the prevention and treatment of infestations caused by New World screwworm larvae in dairy cattle, lactating dairy cows with a 468-hour milk withdrawal period, dry dairy cows, and replacement dairy heifers 20 months of age and older, except for calves to be processed for veal. The prevention indication is also for infestations caused by New World screwworm larvae in swine, sheep, deer, except for lactating sheep. And then finally, the prevention of infestations indication caused by New World screwworm larvae in horses 1 year old and older.
All right. Well, Dr. Blanding, thank you very much for being with us today to talk about this very unfortunate circumstance with regard to New World Screwworm, but we appreciate your time and your efforts in trying to help the cattle industry across the U.S. deal with this very significant situation that we have in hand now.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And I would encourage folks that for more information on New World Screwworm and for current conditional approval and EUAs for Dectomax and Dectomax C1, they can visit zoetis.us.com/New World Screwworm. And also, we'd be remiss if we didn't reinforce, continue to work closely with their herd veterinarians and, accessing the other references that are available and resources that are available with the state animal health officials, USDA, APHIS, and certainly report any suspected infestations.
Sure. Well, thanks, Dr. Blanding. Really appreciate you being with us today. And we at Beef Magazine, we're dedicated to keeping track of this situation with the New World Screwworm, and this is just one of the things that we want to help provide to our listeners and our readers. For Beef and Feedstuffs, I'm Clint Peck.